Backfield, flank to the left of Rippon. And play clock down to 0, unless they were able to get a timeout called.
Delay game, offense, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Just keeps going from bad to worse for the Rams. They just can't seem to get it together. And of course now they just want to get out of here. They just want to get on the plane and go home.
Well, 3rd and 10. Back up to the Dallas 27. Here's to get to Freeman. Freeman is hammered immediately. Cowboys came with a blitz. Dante Fowler, like a rocket off the edge, drops it for a 2-yard loss. And that will require the Rams to bring on the field goal unit now. Lucas Havrisik, who nailed his first NFL kick earlier. He previously spent time on the Browns and Colts practice squad. The Rams cut Brett Maher, former Cowboys kicker, earlier this week after his struggles continued.
Had another breakdown. I mean, how do you explain that?
Havrisik drives it through. So 2 field goals on the afternoon for Havrisik. It's 3 more points, but not nearly enough on this afternoon. Cowboys leading at 43-20 with 5:31 to go.
So pretty good day of work for one Dak Prescott. 25-31, 304, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. And just a lot of fun. These Cowboy fans were treated to a great afternoon of football.
Fans getting a look at Texas Rangers greats, Baseball Hall of Famer Pudge Rodriguez. Great induction ceremony at halftime, by the way, too, as DeMarcus Ware, one of the great Cowboys of all time, inducted into the Ring of Honor here at AT&T Stadium.
Yep, one of the great pass rushers, sack leader. Going into the Ring of Honor. Good to see some of my old teammates, Leroy Jordan and Roger Staubach, Drew Pearson, all out there welcoming DeMarcus. Pretty neat.
Cooper Rush running the show now. The Cowboys will keep it on the ground. Just content to burn the clock off. The Rams will give them no qualms for that as Rico Dowdle gets the carry. It's a Rams team that really is kind of in an interesting situation, Danny. Most people thought that this was going to be a really bad year for them, that they go out and win the opener against division opponent Seattle. They've gotten a couple more wins, so they come in 3-4. But when you look at kind of their cap situation, the moves that they have made, and with another loss today, it's going to be really interesting with the trade deadline quickly approaching to see if the Rams elect to make any moves.
Timeout, Dallas.
As the Cowboys will burn the timeout, but clearly this was a team a few years back, the year leading up to their Super Bowl, where they put all their chips on the table to get that Super Bowl, and they got it.
Yeah.
But right now, majority of those players that were part of that Super Bowl have been traded away. You've got Cooper Kupp, Stafford still part of that group, but it is a team that is looking nothing like that Super Bowl champion from a few years back.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap to Cooper Rush, swings it out of the backfield. It will bring a short pitch and catch from Rush to Dowdle for a pickup of 4.
What was that, Mr. Hubert? Stats man, pass or run? Pass? Wow, looked like he threw it backward, but maybe not. I believe the stat man. And yeah, Kevin, you're right. I mean, the Rams, they did. They went for it and got it. Now they're maybe suffering a little bit for it.
Russ, you're going to take a deep shot here, coming near side. Looking for Cavante Turpin. Ball just a little bit underthrown because Turpin had his man beat as he had a step on Quentin Lake. And yeah, the pass falling 2 or 3 yards short of the intended target. So stops the clock on the incompletion with 3:55 to go here in the 4th. Cowboys in a driver's seat. Now, Dak Prescott talked about the significance of that win against the Chargers. And he just said, you can't even really speak to just how big it was, because the difference between 4-2 and 3-3 is massive. And now, as we said in the pregame, Danny, you got to be able to stack that momentum coming off of the victory, then a bye week. And my goodness, they did just that.
Yeah, they did. And it's not very often that things happen the way you expect them to happen in this league. It's always something crazy, but this is one that, on paper at least, appeared to be predictable. Rested, playing at home, the Rams beaten up, and that sure enough is what happened. Although, at the start of the game, one for that pass interference call, we would have had a close football game for a while.
Anderson gets the carry. Yeah, that is one of those where there's no doubt that you go back and reflect, and I'm sure the Rams will certainly do the same, is, how would that have impacted at least the first quarter? Because the Rams would have gotten it back from a Cowboys punt, and who's to say if the Rams score first that things don't unfold differently. But that is the NFL. That is what makes it one of the greatest sports.
It's a great game
on the planet. On a blitz, Rippon able to get rid of it to Tutu Atwell, but great pursuit out there after the pass and limits Atwell to just a yard. As we hit the 3-minute mark, fans making their way out of AT&T Stadium. One of the rare noon kickoffs here local time. These fans will have the better part of the afternoon and evening to celebrate. Rippon under pressure, and he will not escape. Cowboys with Odighizuwa and Dorrance Armstrong combining on the sack. Loss of 9. Rams will have to punt it away, and they will do that after the 2 in the morning here at AT&T Stadium. All Cowboys today, 43-20 over the Rams. More action from the field up next. You're listening to Compass Media Networks. This is the NFL.
Retired or retiring soon? How much money do you need to live comfortably? Retirement Planners of America is here for you. Would you like to have financial peace of mind? Here's how. Step 1. Find out the amount of money you'll need to retire. Step 2. Have a plan to get there. Step 3. Make sure that plan can take advantage of market gains but protect you from market losses. Discover how to do all 3 with a free consultation at 800-508-6108. That's 800-508-6108.
All investments involve risk, including losses. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Shop Black Friday every day and get the best new deals all month long only at Lowe's. Right now, save up to $800 on select major appliances, plus save an extra $100 on select laundry pairs. And there's more. Bring home pre-lit artificial Christmas trees starting at $49 because Lowe's knows deals. Valid through 10/31. Appliance savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details.
Nissan has a car for every driver who wants more. More action. More fun. More guts. More head turns. More adventure. More electric. At Nissan, more is all we do.
Jerry Recco in New York. Elsewhere, the Eagles lead the Commanders 31-24, late fourth. It's the Texans 13, Panthers 12. Jaguars in front of the Steelers 17-10. The Dolphins lead the Patriots 31-17. Saints outscoring the Colts 35-27. Couple of touchdowns for Derek Carr. It is the Titans leading the Falcons 28-16. Will Levis 4 touchdown passes. Vikings 24, Packers 10. And in a game that is setting football back 50 years with its ugly play, the Giants lead the Jets 10-7 in the fourth. Now back to Kevin Ray and Danny White.
What? What? How many years?
Let's pause.
Jerry.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
Wow.
You're listening to the NFL on Compass Media Networks.
You're home for NFL Sunday all season long in Hayes and Great Bend. It's KXNC, Miss City, 104.7 KISS FM.
Setting it back 50 years.
Makes me want to go watch the end of that game or whatever's happening in 50 years.
The rookie Evans comes on to punt it away. Cavante Turpin, who returned it 88 yards for seemingly a score, but
another
really ugly punt from the rookie Evans. And it's been that kind of day as we got more pushing and shoving going on in the special teams. And well, we've got this moment. It's time for our player of the game. It's sponsored by a friend at Wendy's. With Wendy's new breakfast, two for $3 Biggie bundles, you can choose the pair you want. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo, single item at a regular price. With that, Danny White, puts you under the spotlight. And who is our Wendy's player of the game?
Under the heat lamp. Yeah, I mean, in this case, there could be a lot of guys, but a lot of great performances today. CeeDee Lamb, 14 targets, 12 receptions, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns, and it was more than just that. I mean, it was yards after the catch and all the effort that came out of him was just a great day for Mr. CeeDee Lamb.
And the Cowboys get the lineup in that very familiar Landry formation, victory formation, as the clock will wind here. Rams have no intent on stopping it. They would have liked the clock to be continuous in the second half.
Yeah, we needed a mercy claw today because I think both teams just wanted to get out of here.
Well, this will set the stage for next week, Danny, because despite the dominance of this game and dominance of the final score, the one thing that I'm sure will be raised with this Cowboys team is the fact that they're sitting here at 5-2, but you look at all the 5 wins and who they have come against. Next week, they will have another opportunity to beat one of the top teams in the NFL in the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, and we didn't talk about that a lot, but the 4 games that they won prior to today, they won 128-30, but they were against teams all with losing records. So, and the 2 games that they won 70-26, which team was going to show up? Well, clearly today it was the latter.
Cowboys win it 43-20. Danny and I will be back with some closing thoughts after this. And we will break down some more of the numbers before we get out of here. You're listening to the NFL on Compass Media Networks.
Take your passion for dance to the next level with the new dance instruction program at Barton Community College. Whether you're a seasoned dancer or just starting out, Barton's experienced faculty will prepare you for a rewarding career. Gain skills in studio management, marketing, and finance, along with dance techniques and fundamentals. Now enrolling for the fall semester. Learn more at teachdance.bartonccc.edu.
Telephone, wireless, internet, and TV. Connected all together with GBT. When your home or business needs security, connected all together with GBT. Nextech Wireless has a plan to serve your needs. See how easy switching over now can be. We're the gateway to broadband and technology. Connected all together with GBT.
Get ahead of the fall rush with Worth Heating, Plumbing, and Air Conditioning of Hayes. Don't wait until the chill sets in. Our skilled technicians are standing by to make sure your home is ready for the changing season. Schedule your plumbing and heating system checkup now and experience worry-free comfort all season long. Worth Heating, Plumbing, and Air Conditioning of Hayes.
Don't worry, because you're worth it.
October is National Cooperative Month. Midwest Energy is a customer-owned cooperative, meaning everyone who takes service is a part owner. You vote to choose your board of directors, and you share in the economic success of the co-op through capital credits. Like all co-ops, Midwest Energy promotes growth in our communities through employee involvement, supporting schools, and through the Midwest Community Fund. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative, making energy work for you.
Jewelry repair, maintenance, and custom crafting of jewelry pieces is at the forefront of our mission at Diamond Art Jewelry. Hi, I'm the owner, Dustin Rhodes, and I like to correlate jewelry maintenance to vehicle maintenance. When your car is new, an oil change and occasional wash are about all you need. But as your vehicle gets older, it often needs a tune-up and alignment to keep it running smoothly. It's the same for jewelry. A light polish and steam will get newer jewelry back to glowing, but as it gets a little older, it might need a little more care. And that's where we come in. Our bench jeweler has over 30 years of experience and will ensure your prized possession looks and wears like new. At Diamond Art Jewelry, we use the best equipment, skilled local craftsmanship, and quality materials with an average 2-day turnaround on repair work. And just like my 94 F-150, bringing those pieces passed down through generations back to life might be the most satisfying part of our jobs. Trust my staff at Diamond Art Jewelry for your next tune-up or alignment, and let's get that jewelry noticed again. Diamond Art Jewelry, online at diamondkansas.com or stop by 807 Main Street in beautiful downtown Hayes.
Bondurant Crop Services in Nest City is ready to serve you, specializing in fertilizer, chemical sales, and application, plus seed, wheat treating, and blending. Looking for a great price? Bondurant has the fairest price of fertilizer you're going to find in Nest County. Bondurant Crop Services serves Nest County and the surrounding counties. Most importantly, they deliver their product. Call Toby, 798-3775. Don't forget to call Western Fuel and Supply for all your commercial and farm bulk fuel needs and deliveries. Bondurant Crop Services in Nest City, making your life easier.
Second game this season, the Cowboys scored in every phase of the game. They got a block punt for safety. Had a punt return, didn't count, but punt return nonetheless. Career-long field goal for Brandon Aubrey. Dak Prescott, best passing day this season. 4 touchdown passes. CeeDee Lamb, a career high. Just so many superlatives.
Fun to watch Brandon Aubrey continue to do what he's doing, kicking the football. What an incredible story he is. But yeah, this was just a fun day. You could tell the Cowboys players were just having fun. And they're having fun right now in the locker room. They're celebrating, and they'll celebrate as they watch the film tomorrow. And then reality will hit, the real world will set in, and they will awaken to the Philadelphia Eagles and a trip to the city of brotherly love, which I think is not sure that that's not a misnomer, but it is what it is, and it's a place for the Cowboys that could be a great place, could be a place of evil, and we'll find out next Sunday. It's a great thing about this game. It's always next week.
Special thanks, as always, to our fabulous crew today. Our coordinating producer, Kevin Figures. Our engineer, Tim Parker. Assistant engineer, David Friedman. Statman, the Deacon, Hubert Starnes. And our spotter today, Jeff Bauhert. The senior producer is Tyler Brewer. And the senior vice president and general manager of sports at Compass Media Networks is Michelle Salvatore. Now, coming up, Jerry Recco standing by to bring you all the final stats. He'll update you on scores from around the league, plus name the Wrangler highlight of the game. For the quarterback, Danny White, I'm Kevin Ray saying so long and good afternoon from AT&T, with the Cowboys winning over the Rams 43-20. You're listening to Compass Media Networks. This is the NFL.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
Now's the time to get your place ready for company with up to 40% off select online baths at the Home Depot, because the holidays are coming to town. And so are your friends, your family, and their friends and family. So let the Home Depot help get your bathroom guest ready with the Tabana Vanity and the matte black Oswell faucet from Glacier Bay. For more storage and a new modern look, refresh your space with up to 40% off select online baths. Plus, get free delivery on all online vanities and faucets from the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
43-20, Cowboys beat the Rams this afternoon. Cowboys go to 5-2, and as the guys were talking about before the break, it sets up a wild game in Philadelphia next Sunday. The Eagles on the verge of likely beating the Commanders, as they do have a 7-point lead with the ball at the 2-minute warning. And if indeed that is the case and they do win, you'll be looking at the Eagles going into that game at 7-1, with the Cowboys coming in at 5-2. And of course, we know the last real tough road game the Cowboys played was in San Francisco a couple of weeks ago, and that did not go well. Matter of fact, it was their worst performance of the season, and certainly one that they would like to have a do-over with. So next week in Philly should be a lot of fun. Before we get to the highlights of our game, we'll get you caught up. We told you the Eagles lead 31-24. They do have the ball. They're inside the 2-minute warning, and they are deep in Washington territory. So they're really a score away from probably putting that game out of reach. You've got the Jaguars leading the Steelers 20-10. They've got the ball in Pittsburgh territory. The Jets are actually driving. They trail the Giants 10-7. Tyrod Taylor left this game with a rib injury, wound up in the hospital with that rib injury. Not sure of the severity. And so we've seen Tommy DeVito play quarterback for the Giants. The Giants, two quarterbacks, Taylor and DeVito today, a combined minus 8 yards passing. It has been all Saquon Barkley in the run game. They had one good drive, and that put them in front. Saints have gotten a big day from Derek Carr, 310 yards passing, couple of touchdowns. They lead the Colts 35-27. It is the Titans in front of the Falcons, 28-23, 2.5 to go on the fourth. Will Levis, the start for Tennessee, he has thrown for 238 yards and 4 touchdowns. Not bad for a team that most people thought was going to start selling players off when they sent Bayard to Philadelphia earlier this week. Vikings leading the Packers 24-10. Kirk Cousins, 274 and 2 touchdowns. If they go on to win that game, and right now they do have the ball with about a minute and a half to go, that would be back-to-back really good wins for Minnesota. Finals, the Dolphins beat the Patriots 31-17. Tua throws for 324, 3 touchdowns, and the Panthers knocked off the Texans 15-13. Also in progress from the late window, just underway, Browns and Seahawks from Seattle. You've got the Chiefs and Broncos a little bit later, Ravens, Cardinals, and the Bengals and Niners as well. And then the Sunday night game coming up is that the Bears and the Chargers from Los Angeles. And then tomorrow, along our Compass Media Networks, you have the Raiders and the Lions. All right, to the highlights of our game. where the Cowboys won big 43-20. It started on the opening possession, and what started out as really ugly with Dak Prescott being sacked a handful of times and the Cowboys looking like they were going to be punting the ball away very quickly. They were saved by a defensive holding penalty by the Rams, and so what was a possession would turn into a drive, and that drive would wind up going 10 plays, take over 5 minutes off the clock, and with the first possession of the game, the Cowboys would take the first lead of the game.
2 wide out here to the near side, 3 wide. Single receiver outside the numbers. Prescott with a shotgun snap, looks across the middle, looking end zone, throws it in for a Dallas touchdown. Jake Ferguson, 18 yards for the Dallas score. That was a beautifully placed ball from Prescott to Ferguson.
It really was the sign of things to come. The two teams would trade field goals. The one field goal that we get from Brandon Aubrey would be a 58-yarder, capping a 9-play drive. And so, latter stages of the first quarter, the Cowboys were leading 10-3. Rams with the football, and boy, Deron Bland has been something this year, and he was something again today.
Royce Freeman in the backfield here with Stafford. Here comes the Cowboys blitz. Stafford hangs in the pocket, and he's going to be picked off by guess who? Deron Bland, making a house call. Pick 6.
And it was 17-3 Dallas. We would go to the second quarter, and so far the Cowboys have scored defensively. They have scored on offense. They got the field goal. Well, in the second quarter, special teams came to life, adding on to the 58-yard field goal, of course, that Aubrey had. You would get their punt defense. You would get a punt block that would go through the back of the end zone for a safety. Dallas led 19-3. Then on the free kick, Kevontae Turpin returns it 63 yards deep into Rams territory, and it took the Cowboys a whopping 2 plays to find the end zone again.
That time the Rams played it very well.
3 wide to the far side, delayed blitz, looking end zone, throwing, scoring. Prescott to Lamb for the Dallas touchdown. Prescott whistled that one in front of the defender, and CeeDee Lamb secures it for the Dallas score.
Cowboys up 26-3. They would get the ball back. They would have a great drive, get all the way inside the 20, but Dak would be picked off by Jordan Fuller at the LA 9-yard line. Jordan Lewis would then recover a Stafford fumble at the LA 23, but it would be reversed on replay, but it still made them have to punt the football. The Cowboys would get it, and they would march 63 yards, 5 plays. It only took them 2.5 minutes, a little over 2.5 minutes, as CeeDee Lamb again would get into the action.
Empty set here, 5 wide, 3 to the right, 2 to the near side on 3rd and 8 from the Rams' 22-yard line. Shotgun snap, bell time. Prescott looking to his right, flushed out, scrambling, eyes up down the field, throwing end zone to a wide-open receiver, and guess who that is? Number 88, CeeDee Lamb. Prescott for the Dallas touchdown.
Yeah, monster day for Lamb. We'll get you his stats in just a moment. 33-3 Cowboys at this point. Now, the Rams did show some signs of life. They would have a 12-play drive. They would get a 1-yard touchdown run from Royce Freeman in the final seconds of the second quarter. They would go for 2, not get it. It would be 33-9 at the break. They would come out in the third quarter, and they would go right down the field. A beautiful 7-play drive that took 3:31 off the clock. Stafford, a 20-yard touchdown pass to Ben Skoranek, and it was 33-17 as they went for 2 and got 2. And then comes what would have to be the drive of the game. Now, the Cowboys only got 3 out of it. It was a 27-yard field goal from Brandon Aubrey. But listen to this drive as they went up 36-17. 17 plays, 75 yards. It took 9 minutes and 57 seconds off the clock. But again, they did extend the lead up 36-17. And then at this point, Brett Rippon came in for an injured Stafford. And pretty much you could turn out the lights. We'd go to the fourth quarter, and the Cowboys would punctuate the win.
Prescott working out of the shotgun. Here comes a blitz. Hangs and throws, looking end zone. Brandon Cooks there. Brandon Cooks for the Dallas touchdown. A perfect strike from Prescott under duress. Good for 25 yards.
43-17. The Rams would kick a field goal midway through the fourth, make it 43-20, and that would be your final score, 43-20 today, as the Cowboys beat the Rams. Time to check the final stats, sponsored by the Capital One Venture X card, the travel card for people always asking, where next? Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details. All right, let's get to those stats because they are overwhelmingly positive in the Cowboys' favor. Dak Prescott, 25. He only missed 6 passes, 25 of 31, 304 yards, 4 touchdowns, and, of course, the 1 interception that we did discuss. Cooper Rush would come in. He would go 2 for 3 on the day for 3 yards. Didn't do a whole lot, but didn't need to. Matthew Stafford, 13 of 22, 162, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, the one that was returned for a touchdown. Rippin, 5 of 10 for 42 yards. The run game really not there for either team. Royce Freeman, 9 for 44 and a touchdown. Darrell Henderson, 12 for 31. Tony Pollard, a little bit better in the second half, but really not much. 12 for 53 on the day. And Rico Dowdle had 5 carries for 18 yards. It was the passing game that was explosive. CeeDee Lamb, 12 catches, 158 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brandon Cooks, 3 for 49 in his score. Jake Ferguson with a touchdown catch as well. But the Cowboys had, I believe it was 11 different players with at least 1 reception on the day. Pretty impressive. For the Rams, it was Darrell Henderson, 3 catches, 54 yards, 5 for Tyler Higbee, but only for 45. And the Cowboys win this game by the score of 43-20. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we will have the Wrangler highlight of the game for you and a look ahead to that game in Philadelphia coming up next week. 43-20, the Cowboys beat the Rams. You're listening to the NFL on Compass Media Networks.
Precision Valley Golf Center in Hayes is the perfect place to take your friends, family, or that special someone for an evening of fun. They have virtual driving ranges that simulate the top courses in America. They also have a fantastic mini golf course outside along with a driving range. And for the hardcore golf enthusiasts, you'll find a complete pro shop with all the top brand names in the game. If you haven't been to the Precision Valley Golf Center in Hayes, then you're missing out. Get in the game. Go see them today at 1500 West 27th Street in Hayes.
The Taco Shop in Hayes has been serving the area since 1970. October specials include Poco Pizza, $2.19, Pork Burrito, $4.09, and Chili Cheese Nachos, $5.09. Call for non-contact delivery or download the app today.
Come on down to the Taco Shop. You never had it. You never had it so good. Taco Shop.
Simpson Farm Enterprises carries the Apache line of sprayers, and there's a reason. In fact, there's several reasons. Apache sprayers come in 5 different models to fit every size of operation. They feature premium technology and the exclusive power-to-the-ground mechanical-driven traction. Most of all, the 5-year warranty offered by Apache is unmatched. That's why they have the highest retained value in the industry. See Simpson Farm Enterprises today at any of their 5 locations and spray with the best you can buy.
Get ahead of the fall rush with Worth Heating, Plumbing, and Air Conditioning of Hayes. Don't wait until the chill sets in. Our skilled technicians are standing by to make sure your home is ready for the changing season. Schedule your plumbing and heating system checkup now and experience worry-free comfort all season long. Worth Heating, Plumbing, and Air Conditioning of Hayes.
Don't wait, because you're worth it.
October is National Cooperative Month. Midwest Energy is a customer-owned cooperative, meaning everyone who takes service is a part owner. You vote to choose your board of directors, and you share in the economic success of the co-op through capital credits. Like all co-ops, Midwest Energy promotes growth in our communities through employee involvement, supporting schools, and through the Midwest Community Fund. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative, making energy work for you.
Telephone, wireless, internet, and TV. Connected all together with GBT. When your home or business needs security, connected all together with GBT. Nextech Wireless has a plan to serve your needs. See how easy switching over now can be. We're the gateway to broadband and technology. Connected all together with GBT.
Touchdown! Tagovailoa, deep drop, blitz is coming. He's in trouble. Down he goes. Nick Bosa. It's now time for the Wrangler highlight of the game.
Royce Freeman in the backfield here with Stafford. Here comes the Cowboys blitz. Stafford hangs in the pocket, and he's going to be picked off by guess who? DaRon Bland making a house call. Pick 6.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, when he did that, it only made the score 17-3, but you really felt like, not that it was a knockout punch, but boy, oh boy, that it was pretty close, that it kind of took the life out of the Rams, and he has been so good. Highlighted the game, sponsored by Wrangler, 75 years of history and still blazing trails. Check out Wrangler.com today to discover new styles and all the latest denim trends. Wrangler for the ride of life. Been an interesting ride for the Cowboys this year when you look at the way they started, outscoring the Giants and the Jets. I believe it was 70-10 over those first couple of games. Destroyed the Patriots, get destroyed by the Niners. And oh, by the way, mixed into all that is a bizarre loss on the road to a Cardinal team that is 1-6 right now. And then you come back with good wins over, I would say, two decent teams. The Chargers are a good offensive team. I don't know what the Rams are, but they do scrap and claw. They had the game last week against Pittsburgh. It's a very odd team. They still have Matthew Stafford, and they still have Aaron Donald, but they're not a great team. Next week is another good test for this Cowboys team. And when you look beyond that, not that they can do that, but we can, you're going to see games against the Giants, who right now are actually going to overtime with the Jets. And I'll get to that in just 1 second before we sign off. And then you're talking about games with the Panthers and the Commanders, to where they've got a real shot here to build up this record and take charge, or at least get an upper hand in the NFC East if, in fact, they can go into Philadelphia next week and beat the Eagles. Not sure they can, because if you saw what they did in Santa Clara a couple of weeks ago, you would think not. But if this offense plays like this, and this defense makes plays like they did today, and this special teams all around plays like that, this is going to be a very difficult team to beat. One quick update before we wrap things up, because it has to do with the NFC East. The Giants were leading the Jets 10-7. Graham Gano missed really what would have been a field goal to kind of ice things with about 17 seconds to go. He missed a short field goal. The Jets get one big pass play and then another, and then with 1 second to go, they get the game-tying field goal from Greg Zuerlein. Remember him? And it's 10-10 as they are going to overtime now at MetLife Stadium. And really what has been an ugly game. I believe the two teams, they combined 3 for 31 on third down. Had the injury to Tyrod Taylor in that game, too, for the Giants as they wait for Daniel Jones to come back. But anyhow, a win is a win for the Cowboys as they blow out the Rams today, 43-20. Today's coverage of the National Football League on Compass Media Networks has been sponsored by Charmin, Indeed.com, Grainger, Wendy's, and by NFL.com. Final score, Cowboys beat the Rams 43-20. I'd like to thank our crew for today, coordinating producer Kevin Figures, engineer Tim Parker, assistant engineer David Friedman, statistician Hubert Starnes, the spotter Jeff Baher, the senior producer is Tyler Brewer, and the senior vice president and general manager of sports at Compass Media Networks is Michelle Salvatore. Don't forget, there is plenty more great sports action coming up. Sunday, it's the Battle of the Birds in Baltimore. The Ravens hosting the Seahawks, plus, of course, the Cowboys heading to Philly for a big, big showdown with the first-place Eagles. Be sure to check your local listings for game times and stations. Once again, our final score, Cowboys beat up the Rams 43-20. Up next, across our Compass Media Networks and on many of these same stations, it is the Cleveland Browns taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Now for Kevin Ray and Danny White, I'm Jerry Recco. You've been listening to Compass Media Networks. This is the NFL.
3 receivers left and 2 to the right. Empty set for Walker, who's shotgunning. 3-man front for the Seahawks. Takes the snap, dropping back, rolling free, scooped up by Boye Mafe. And it's Seahawks ball at the Cleveland 41. The backside blitz blows up P.J. Walker and the Browns.
He never felt it, and he came clean right between the B gap that time. I don't know if it was Julian Love that came free. It looks like it was, just right off the edge. Yeah, that's Jordan Brooks right there, came free. Jordan, the weak side linebacker, hit P.J. Walker from the backside and got him before he ever put that arm in motion. And Boye Mafe, we were just talking about, comes up with a big play defensively.
Boy, and a gorgeously drawn-up blitz for the Seahawks. Browns didn't see it coming. And now they have the ball. Seahawks have the ball at the Cleveland 41. 7:56 to go in the first quarter. We'd like to welcome those of you who are just listening to the Los Angeles Rams and the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys defeated the Rams by the score of 43-20. For our radio engineers across the country, break number 7 is next. Again, break number 7 is next. On 1st and 10, play action in the deep drop by Geno Smith. Time. Now room as he steps up, throws over the middle. It's complete. Tyler Lockett gets down to the Browns' 25-yard line. First down for Seattle. Geno and Tyler have had a bit of a connection so far in the early going of this game.
He has, and that wasn't the primary receiver. It's just a bootleg to Kenneth Walker. He steps up. But one thing about Geno, though, he's got a conservation of movement. And when he runs for a purpose. And he was just looking to see if anybody uncovered. Lockett went in the middle of the field, wide open. It was a pretty easy throw by Geno to him.
4 catches, 47 yards already for Lockett. 1st and 10 from the Cleveland 24. And here's a toss coming over to the far side on a misdirection play. It's D. Eskridge, who's chased out of bounds and loses yardage. He is chased out at around the 28-yard line. Actually, they're going to spot him out at the 29, so that's a loss of 5 on the trick play for the Seattle Seahawks.
Well, Cleveland's Zadarius Smith got great penetration, and he bubbled D. Eskridge around the outside and took him off his course. And then the pursuit from Cleveland got there. They needed a negative play here on that defense. Put him in pass situations so guys like Myles Garrett can tee off right now.
2 receivers each side. Kenneth Walker off to Geno Smith's left hip on 2nd down and 15 from the Cleveland 29. Now Walker goes in motion, flexes out to the far side. Here's a quick wide receiver screen. Jackson Smith and Jigba off to the races inside the 15 and out of bounds and around the 10-yard line. Well-designed play on the screen. Jackson Smith and Jigba picks up about 19 yards, but there's an injured Seahawk lineman on the field. It's Anthony Bradford.
Yeah, the rookie right guard got hurt on the outside. He was pursuing the play. Tripped right over a pile.
Yep. And landed a bit awkwardly on his way down as he went to ground.
Well, they're finding different ways to get these rookies involved. That time, Jackson Smith and Jigba with the first down. Jake Bobo with the opening touchdown of the game.
But that being said, the Seahawks already a bit banged up on the offensive line. Not getting much help here, although Bradford is up on his feet. Score is 7-0, Seattle over Cleveland. More action from the field is up next. You're listening to Compass Media Networks. This is the NFL.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
When you're rolling Charmin, up just off on the party. This is more, so roll it back, everybody. Charmin's irresistibly soft and hella nice. My grip is always soft. It's our party vibe. So my cheeks feel fly. So everybody wanna touch the sky.
Charmin Ultra Soft is irresistibly soft and more absorbent, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Jim Rome here. Now your ideas do not have to wait. They have everything they need to come to life, whether they're big ideas, small ones, or anything in between, because Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, technology that loves expanding your business and evolving your passions. We push what technology can do. So great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com/welcome to now. That's Dell.com/welcome to now.
Now's the time to get your place ready for company with up to 40% off select online bath at the Home Depot, because the holidays are coming to town. And so are your friends, your family, and their friends and family. So let the Home Depot help get your bathroom guest ready with the Tabana Vanity and the matte black Oswell faucet from Glacier Bay. For more storage and a new modern look, refresh your space with up to 40% off select online bath. Plus, get free delivery on all online vanities and faucets from the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
6:32 to go in the first quarter. Seahawks up on the Browns 7-0 and looking for more. Anthony Bradford, the injured Seahawk lineman, walked off the field under his own power. He is standing up on the Seahawks sideline, helmet in hand. No need for the medical tent on this one. 1st and 10, Seahawks ball. Check that 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. 2 receivers left and 1 to the right. Takes the snap, and a keeper as Smith bounces off of 1 tackle, but has to fall forward and eat the ball. Taken down at the 12-yard line. A 2-yard loss as J.O.K. made it not okay for the Seahawks.
There you go. He's a penetrator. He's got great quickness, and Jake Bobo was supposed to block him, the rookie wide receiver, and he completely missed him. In fact, they might have even wanted to call an illegal block in the back on that play, but that's because there's an old saying, Troy, just step up and clean it up. You want to back up, you give it up, and that time he stepped up.
Bradford back in the game for the Seahawks. On second down and goal from the 12. Smith and Jigba in motion. Play fake to him. Smith has time. Loops it far right side. Incomplete. Over the head of DK Metcalf, who was very well covered in the end zone by Denzel Ward. A little help from Grant Delpit, too.
Well, Denzel Ward gives up about 6 inches in height to DK Metcalf, but Ward is just so sticky and crafty, and really, he took DK Metcalf out of position to make that play, so sets up this third down and goal.
Ward had a pick against the Colts last week. Third and goal, ball at the 12 and a half. Zach Charbonnet in the backfield with Geno Smith. 3 receivers left with DK Metcalf wide, Jake Bobo wide right by himself. Takes the snap, 4-man rush. Steps up in the pocket, trying to bounce off a man. He does. Has time. Now throws back left corner. Caught! Touchdown, Seattle Seahawks! Geno Smith got away from the pressure and found Tyler Lockett in the back left corner of the end zone. And the Seahawks take a 13-0 lead. Lumen Field is on fire.
And so is Geno Smith, because first thing he had to do was avoid Myles Garrett coming around the outside. He did that. Then he had to break away from Zadarius Smith. He stepped through that trap and then threw an absolute dime to Tyler Lockett and covered by Greg Newsome on the play. Unbelievable play by Geno Smith.
Picture perfect placement. All Lockett had to do was just reach out his arms and make the grab. Jason Myers for the extra point. It's away, and it is good. 14-0. The Seahawks leading the Cleveland Browns with 5:30 to go in the first quarter.